Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva Namo. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadapayam Vedanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakmalam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome back to our Chaitanya Charitamrita session. Today, I will just quickly share my screen. We are reading from uh, Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 3, telling glories of Haridas Thakur, and we are at verse number 146. So what we have read is this is glories of Haridas Thakur, and one of the situation was which was explained here in the Chaitanya Charitamrita is when he was in Benapal, how Ramchandra Khan was envious of the glories of Haridas Thakur, and then he sent a prostitute, a very beautiful lady, to allure Haridas Thakur, and thereby to spread the message that how Haridas Thakur was not pure. But the lady arrived in the evening, and Haridas Thakur was chanting his japa as usual in front of a tulsi plant. And Haridas Thakur does not discourage her, tells us that please sit here, please wait, please hear my chanting, and very soon I will finish my prescribed number of rounds, and then will satisfy all your desires. So the first night goes like that, and she will be anxiously waiting. And then then he is like in the morning that tomorrow again you come, and then I will definitely uh, fulfill your desires. And second day evening again she comes, and again Haridas Thakur says that just I have to finish my rounds, and then quickly we will be together. And the lady just anxiously waits, and throughout the night she is hearing the pure chanting of the holy names of Haridas Thakur, and her heart is getting purified. And in the third day evening when she comes, and when Haridas Thakur again says to wait, and that evening slowly she started chanting with Haridas Thakur, and quickly that deep awakening of her mistakes was realized in the core of her heart, and she apologized to Haridas Thakur and says that my intention was completely corrupted. Ramchandra Khan had sent me here with a mission, and I was there simply to dishonor you. And then she's like, now I understand how big mistake I was committing. And Haridas Thakur says that he was very peaceful. He said that I knew it was a plot by Ramchandra Khan. So then she's like, I want to purify myself. How can I have such a what you say, such a disgraceful life which I was leading. I want to purify myself, and is it even possible? So Haridas Thakur said it is very much possible. First thing is you give away all your whatever possessions you have and distribute to the Brahmanas. And in that regard, Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami says that who is a real Brahmana. And then he says that shave your head and come and every single day chant in front of Tulsi and make a living just by begging, or whatever others give you, just based on that you make your survival. and the Vaishya, the prostitute, follows as it is, and that is how she accepted Haridas Thakur as her spiritual master. And Haridas Thakur very next day just initiates her and moves on to the next location. He did not stay back afterwards in Benopal when the prostitute was there. So now this information was received by Ramachandra Khan. He was very violent and he got very angry. And also he had committed now a very great sin of offending a pure devotee of the Lord. And for that he had to go through lot of punishment and lot of trouble in his life. So let's see what all happens to Ramachandra Khan in the future. So CC is 3.146. Devotees, please raise your hands. Who's read? I will start. CC Antya 3.146. Sahaje Avaishnava Rama Chandra Khana Haridasera Aparade Haila Asura Samana. Ramchandra Khan was naturally a non-devotee. Now, having offended the lotus feet of Haridas Thakur, he just became like a demonic atheist. He got more violent and more bad he became because he was like, what is happening? And internally, because his sins were increasing, he became more demonic. Shobha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Krishna
And
Chakravarti Goswami ki Jai. Mataji, your screen sloka is not visible.
not
I
visible.
am reading from my mobile. It
See,
says VPN ready to update.
now, now not visible. I'm
No
able to see
Mataji.
Yes, I was also wondering, Mataji.
VPN
No, the
update.
Yeah,
sloka is not.
Mataji, I have one. I thought it was for you.
No, what should I do? Because for me, the screen,
Stop sharing the screen and start again, Mataji. Right.
like that. Let's see. All right, we'll do that. Okay. I will do share screen. Now,
Yes, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Yes, Mataji.
Krishna
Now it's good.
Chakravarti
okay.
Goswami ki Jai. Text number
Thank you for
147. वैष्णव धर्म निंदा करे वैष्णव अपमाना बहुदिनेरा अपराधे पायिला परिणामा. Synonymous translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Because of blaspheming the cult of Vaishnavism and insulting the devotees for a long time, he now received the result of his offensive activities. Purport. Ramachandra Khan was a great offender of the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas and Vishnu. Just as Ravana, although born of a Brahmana father, Vishweswara, Vishweswarava,
Vishwasrava.
Vishwasrava, was nevertheless called an Asura or Rakshasa because of his offense against Lord Ramachandra, Vishnu, and Hanuman, a Vaishnava. So Ramachandra Khan also became such an Asura because of his offenses against Haridasa Thakura and many others. Haribol, thank you, Mataji. And
Yeah. So before this, only Kaviraj Goswami had explained who is a real Brahmana. So not just by caste like that. So Ravana, he gives the example that how he was otherwise a Brahmana, but we know what kind of activities he did. Similarly, this Ramachandra Khan, he had committed a great offense against Vaishnava, against the Lord and his devotees. If we commit mistakes, we just get degraded. So it is very important that even if we don't upgrade ourselves or even if we don't go high in the spiritual ladder, so we should not get down at least. At least we should remain where we are. So we should be very careful against these offenses. So he became a kind of a demonic by offending Haridas Thakur. The next who wants to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Last time Mataji told each devotees to read 5 slokas. So it was very easy. But all the slokas were covered by
No,
devotees.
no, but yeah, you are okay because you are in office or something, no?
Is
You
anyone there or shall I continue?
yeah, you can read. You can do that.
Correct.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Text 148.
yeah.
Nityananda Gosani Gaude Yade Aila Prema Pracharite Tabe Brahmite Lagila. Translation. When Lord Nityananda returned to Bengal to preach the cult of bhakti, love of Godhead, he began touring all over the country.
So now we are getting a parallel story that now Ramchandra Khan's story. So now parallelly what's happening is Nitya and Prabhu. Uh, so he returned to Bengal. That is when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas and he went to Jagannath Puri. Then Nityanand Prabhu comes back to Bengal and he was preaching. And that time he was going all over the places for preaching purposes. Yes,
I
Mata.
remember Nadiya Nagarame, that song that
Yes, Natya Nagar.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Just
Text
now
149.
Adit.
Prema Pracharana Ara Pashanda Dalana Dui Karye Avadhuta Karena Brahmana. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada. For two purposes, to spread the cult of bhakti and to defeat the subdue the atheists. Lord Nityananda, the most dedicated devotee of the Lord, moved throughout the country.
The
Purport
purpose
as
of Lord Nityananda to move around is to means Nityananda. It is told that he is so merciful that even if someone does not want to be a devotee, he is inspired to become a devotee. It is told that Krishna says Sarva Dharma Parityaja. He's like, if you do this, I will give mercy. And Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu says that even if you just come around, then you will get mercy. You don't have to do big things. You have to just be around the places, then I'll give mercy. But Lord Nityananda is like, even if you're not around, if you're in your own house, hiding behind and telling that I don't want bhakti, but Lord Nityananda Prabhu will come and Jabardasti gives bhakti. That is the mercy of Lord Nityananda. Yes, Mataji.
to read the purport Mataji.
Yes.
As stated in Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, 8th sloka, 4th chapter. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chatuskritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Lord Krishna appears in every millennium for two purposes, namely to deliver the devotees and to kill the non-devotees. His devotees also have two similar purposes: to preach the bhakti cult of Krishna consciousness and to defeat all kinds of agonists and atheist demons. Nityananda Prabhu carried out the order of Lord Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this way, and those who strictly follow Nityananda Prabhu perform the same activities. There are two classes of devotees. One is called Goshti Anandi and the other is called Bhajan Anandi. A devotee who does not preach but always engage in devotional service is called Bhajana Anandi. Whereas a devotee who not only is expert in devotional service but who also preaches the cult of bhakti and defeats all kind of agonists is called a Goshti Anandi.
So Krishna consciousness, the foundation laid by Srila Prabhupada for ISKCON is mostly in the Ghoshyanandi line. That is, you perform a devotional service and also preach to your capacity, so that we want to share this knowledge of the love of Lord Krishna, the knowledge of Lord Sri Krishna through this process of Krishna consciousness. Now, for example, if we see our parampara, nobody is less, nobody is more, but the moods are different. And based on time, place, and circumstances, it is very important for us to follow the process of Goshti Anandi because there are so many people around who are in search of peace, so-called peace or happiness, or they are so much disturbed. They're looking for something for which they can hang on. And this Krishna conscious process is something which people can hang on, and in the rest of their life, they can have a purpose or goal to follow. Otherwise, they're just lost. But if you see a parampara, we had Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, then we had Gaurakishore Das Babaji Maharaj. They were typical bhajananandis because they were always continuously with their own bhajans. But then we had Bhakti Vinod Thakur, then we had Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, then we had Srila Prabhupada. And so they were all Goshtianandis where they were very religious in following their particular personal devotional service, but they are very heavy preachers also. Yes, Mataji, you can read last one.
Hare Krishna, text 150.
Yeah.
Sarvagya Nityananda Aila Tara Grahe Asiya Vasila Durga Mandaba Upare. Synonym translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Nityananda, who is omniscient because he is the supreme personality of Godhead, came to the house of Ramchandra Khan and sat down on the altar of the Durga Mandapa. Purport. Well-to-do Hindu gentlemen constructed their houses with a place called the Durga Mandapa for the worship of the goddesses Durga. There they generally held worship of the goddesses every year in the month of Aishina, September to October. Ramachandra Khan possessed such a Durga Mandapa at his residence. Haribol, thank
So
you,
they
Mataji.
were like a very royal family or like that, or more than royal, and they're very rich by that way. So what they had is they had something called as Durga Mandapa, means a special place for worship. Now also we have in very well-to-do families, they have the entire floor for temple or entire area for a DT, for a temple kind of setup they'll have. So similarly, they had a Durga Mandapa for the worship of God. They generally held worship for goddess, because in Bengal area, worship of Kali or Durga is very much prominent. So that is how it happens. So then what happened is that day Nityanand Prabhu comes to Ramchandra Khan and sits down at the Durga Mandap. Yes, Mataji, Uma Devi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat
Mataji, next
Pranam.
5 verses you are reading. That is
Okay
our new
Mataji.
style.
Okay Mataji.
Yes.
अनेक लोक जना सांगे अंगना बरीला बेतार हैते रामचंद्र सेवक पतेला. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When the Durga Mandapa and courtyard became filled with crowds of men, Ramchandra Khan, who was inside the house, sent his servant to Lord Nityananda. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In those days, and also even now, the palatial buildings of respectable people, especially in the villages of Bengal, were divided into two parts. The inside part was especially meant for the family, and the ladies would live there unexposed to men. That part was called the Bitara Padi, or inside house. In the outside house, or Bahir Badi, the respectable gentleman received visitors and kept his business office. The Durga Mantapa would be part of the outside house. Thus, when Lord Nityananda entered the outside house, Ramchandra Khan was in the inside house with the members of his family. When Nityananda Prabhu arrived, Ramchandra Khan did not receive him personally, but sent his servant to inform him indirectly to go away.
So
Hare Krishna.
here, Prabhupada is explaining that the inside quarters and the external quarters. Like we also have this living room, drawing room, and or we call a hall, we can call, and inside we have the bedroom like that. So they had a big space, not just one room like the 10 by 12, not like that. Big space where inside is all the family members stay, and outside is all when they receive guests, because their guests also, a lot of guests come like that. So Durga Mandapa was in the outside where common people can come, and Nityananda Prabhu happened to come there, and Ramachandra come. It's very important etiquette for him, because Lord Nityananda is none other than Balaram. Even otherwise, as a personality, at least Ramchandra Khan should know. And we are supposed to get up and go and receive our exalted guests. But what is Ramachandra Khan doing is he is sitting inside. He did not even step out, and he sent his servant to go and see Nityananda Prabhu, indirectly saying that, yeah, what happened now, what, like that. So indirectly telling that you can leave, something like that. Yes, Uma Devi Mataji, next one.
Text 152. Sevaka bale गोसानी मोरे पतैला खन्ना गृहस्थेरा घरे तोमया दिबा वसस्ताना. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The servant informed Lord Nityananda, my dear sir, Ramchandra Khan has sent me to accommodate you in some common man's house.
Oh, so see, he did it, that he got down to that level, that somebody has come to my house and I'm like, in my house there is no place for you. Okay, I'll try to see some arrangement, somebody, something, some place is available for you. I'll try to make an arrangement. That too, he is not coming out. He's sending his servant. That is from outside. He's not even ready to see Nityananda Prabhu, and from outside he's sending him away.
153.
Oh,
गोयलारा गोशालाहाया अत्यंत विस्तारा इहान संकीर्ण स्थला तोमारा मनुष्य अपारा. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You might go to the house of a milkman, for the cow shed is spacious, whereas the space here in the Durga Mantapa is insufficient because you have many followers with you.
So Nityananda Prabhu has come with quite a bit few followers, and Ramchandra Khan is feeling that it is a big crowd, and he doesn't want to encourage or entertain that particular crowd now. And he is like, you go and stay in somebody's shed, cow shed, because there will be big cows, big cow sheds. So all of you can stay in Durga Mandapa. He really wants to receive his own people. So he's like, don't stay here. And that a big offense he created, he committed.
Text 154. Vitare achela suni krode bahirila atta atta hasi gosani kahite lagila. Translation by Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When Nityananda Prabhu heard this order from the servant of the Ramchandra Khan, he became very angry and came out. Laughing very loudly, he spoke as follows. Shall I read text?
Yes, yeah, last one.
155. सत्या कहे इकर मोरा योग्य आया ब्लेच गोवध करे तारा योग्य हाया. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ramchandra Khan has spoken rightly. This place is unfit for me. It is fit for cow killing meat eaters. Hare Krishna Mataji.
So
Very well said.
Nityananda Prabhu said like, and he is the Supreme Lord, and he was hurt, and he says that yes, I don't want to stay here. This is fit for cow meat eaters. It's not fit for me, and he moves out. Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
Dandavad.
एता बलि को देखो साई उठी या लीला तारा दंड दीते से ग्रामे नारा गीला. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Having said this, Lord Nityananda stood up and left in an angry mood to chastise Ramachandra Khan. He did not even stay in that village.
He did not go and stay in the place where Ramchandra Khan's servant showed, and he just moved out. He just kept walking. Sudha Mataji, you can read next 3-4 also.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Ihan Ramachandra Kana Seva ke ajna dila Bosai yaha vasila Tara Mati Kodaila. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ramchandra Khan ordered the servant to dig up the dirt in the place where Nityananda Prabhu had sat.
No, he is getting more down. He is like, you clean up the place. He is digging up the dirt, and we want to put the dirt on our head. And Ramchandra Khan he has got down to such a level. He's telling that clean up that space wherever Nityananda Prabhu is there. Remove the dirt. Like that, he's trying to tell his servant. He is that sometimes when he get crazy, no, then it goes in the wrong direction. Yes, Mataji, next one.
Yes. गोमाया जले निपिला सब मंदिर प्रांगण तबु रामचंद्रे रमना न हईला परसन्ना. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. To purify the Durga Mandapa temple and the courtyard, Ramchandra Khan sprinkled and smeared it with water mixed with cow dung, but still his mind was unsatisfied.
Something wrong thing that has happened. That time what we do is should something happens, that time we sprinkle gomutra and gomaya because of to purify the place. Now Supreme Lord had arrived there, and that was the most auspicious thing. And unfortunately, Ramchandra Khan is cleaning up, and his thing it has become inauspicious, and he's cleaning up instead of cleaning his own heart. Next one. 159.
दास्यो वृत्ति करे रामचंद्र राजे रे न देय करा वृद्धा हया मेचा उजीरा अइला तारा घरा. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ramchandra Khan's business was questionable, for he tried to avoid paying income tax to the government. Therefore, the government's Minister of Finance was angry and came to his residence.
So now what is happening? All his faulty things is also getting exposed. Everybody, when they keep doing mistake, no, for a very long time they cannot hide it. It will have to come out. So Ramchandra Khan was doing his mistake. Now he has committed this offense also, and now that mistake came out. He was not paying proper tax to the government, and that finance minister came home to his house to collect tax, like an income tax raid, like that it happened. Yes, last one, Mataji.
Yes, ma'am. आशीषेई दुर्गा मंडपे वास कैला अवध्य वध करी मांस से गरे रंदाइला. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Muslim minister made his residence in the Durga Mandapa of Ramchandra Khan. He killed a cow and cooked the meat at that very place. Thank you, Mataji.
What happened is, now that ministry is like you give money or something, and he just sat in Durga Mandapa. Now, when Nityananda Prabhu came, Ramchandra Khan had a chance to invite, but he sent his servant and told him, you get out. Now this Muslim minister did not listen to anything. He simply said he wanted to eat. He killed a cow and cooked meat. Now Nityananda Prabhu, what he had told, it is not fit for meat, it is fit for meat eaters. So now that came true. Krishnamurti Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams Mataji.
Dandavat pranams. 161.
Three putra sahita Ramachandra bhajiya Tara ghara grame lute Dina dina rahiya. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. He arrested Ramachandra Khan along with his wife and sons, and then he continuously plundered the plundered the house and village for 3 days. Hare Krishna.
He arrested and he plundered the entire village because they are like rude people. They don't have any sense only. He plundered the entire village for 3 days. Yes, Prabhuji. Next one.
Teyi ghare tina dina kare amedya radhana aradina sabalana karila gamana. Translation basic Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. In that very room, he cooked the flesh of a cow for 3 consecutive days. Then the next day he left, accompanied by his followers.
So he plundered, he cooked meat, he killed the cow, and he destroyed the entire village, and he left with his minister, with his followers. Next one, Prabhuji.
Jati dhana jana khanera sakala aila bahudina prayanta prayatna
Paryanta.
बहुदिन पर्यंत ग्राम उजाड़ रहीला. Translation basic Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. The Muslim minister took away Ramachandra Khan's position, wealth and followers. For many days, the village remained deserted.
What all happened? He did one mistake, and what all happened? So much we should be careful when we are talking or treating Vaishnavas because it becomes a big offense. The Supreme Lord Nityananda Prabhu had come and he disregarded him. Then the meat eater came, he killed the cow, cooked the meat, plundered the village, and they sent him out of his position. His followers were gone, his wealth was gone, he was just left with his people, with his family maybe. Everything else was within a week. Everything happened. It just happened. And Ramchandra Khan is like, he had everything and now he has nothing. Next one.
Scroll Mataji.
Yes.
Mahantera apamana desha grame haya eka janara doshe saba desha ujudaya. Translation basic Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Wherever an advanced devotee is insulted for one man's fault, the entire town or place is afflicted.
So much we should be careful. Because of us, so many others will get affected. Next one, Mataji, Prabhuji.
Haridas Thakurachari Aila Chandapure Aisha Rahila Balarama Acharyera Ghare. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Haridasa Thakur walked until he came to the village known as Chandapura. There he stayed at the house of Balarama Acharya. Shall I read perfect, Mother?
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. The village of Chandapura is situated near the confluence of the rivers Ganges and Yamuna at Saptagrama in the district of Hooghly. Chandapura is just east of the house of the two brothers Govardhana and Hiranya, the father and uncle of Raghunatha Dasa Goswami respectively. In Chandapura lived Balarama Acharya and Yadunandana Acharya, the priests of these two personalities, and when Haridasa Thakura went there, he lived with them. 3. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura says that the name of this village was later changed to Krishnapura. Hare Krishna Mataji.
So we had the fortune of going to a Saptagram. It is also called as Adi Saptagram. And there, the house of, now there is a temple of Raghunath Das Goswami like that. And there was a house of Raghunath Das Goswami. And just now we finished the Pani Chidadai festival, and we would have heard from various sources the glories of Raghunath Das Goswami. And Raghunath Das Goswami was a very big zamindar. He had his father and uncle, and his uncle did not have children. That is Govardhan Majumdar and Hiranya Majumdar. And Raghunath Das Goswami, he is one of our 6 Goswamis, but initially he was in his parents' place, and he was married also, and very beautiful wife also, and millions. He was like multi-millionaire at that time, and big zamindar he was. So now what happens is Haridas Thakur, after leaving that prostitute at Benapula to chant, he walks cows and comes near Chandapura. Chandpur is this that Saptagram area, Raghunath Das Goswami's home area. And the priests of the previously big households had their household priest, that fixed priest for them. So this Yadunanda Anna Acharya, Balaram Acharya were their priest, and in their house Haridas Thakur stays. Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna. 166, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Hiranya Govardhana Dui Munuke
More little loud, you can tell. More loud, a little louder. Okay.
Hiranya Govardhana Dui Munukera Majumada Dara Tara Purohita Balarama Nama Tanra. Translation by Prabhupada ki Jai. Hiranya and Govardhan went to the 2 government treasurers in the division of the country. Their priest was named Balaram Acharya. But the 2 Majumadara refers to a treasurer who keeps accounts of revenue.
So Hiranya and Govardhan was the name, and the title was Majumdar. So generally it is told Govardhan Majumdar and Hiranya Majumdar. Majumdar means treasurer. So what they were doing, the Muslim, that time everything was Muslim king, na? So Muslim kings treasurers they were. That is, they collect the revenues and submit the tax to the whoever is the king. So submit the tax. So that was their service. So what happens is, so that was their service. That is what has been told here. Mataji, next one. Padma Mataji.
Haridasera Kripa Patra Tate Bhakti Mane Yatnakari Thakurera Rakila Se Grame. Translated by Prabhupada ki Jai. Balaram Acharya, being favored by Haridas Thakur, was very much attached to him. Therefore, he kept Haridas Thakur in the village with great care and attention.
Haridas Thakur keeps moving from one place to another. Balaram Acharya was very affectionate to Haridas Thakur, and Haridas Thakur also stayed with him for some time. Next one, Mataji.
168. Nirajana Parna Sadaya Karena Kirtana Balarama Acharya Gre Bhiksha Nirvahana. Translation by Prabhupada ki Jai. In the village, Haridas Thakur was given a solitary thatched cottage where he performed the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He accepted prasadam at the house of Balaram Acharya.
So he used to stay in a bhajan kutir like that, and prasad Balaram Acharya used to give him to Haridas Thakur. Yes, Mataji.
169. Raghunath Dasa Balaka Karena Adhyayana Haridasa Thakurera Yae Karena Darshana. Translation by Prabhupada ki Jai. Raghunath Dasa, who was the son of Govardhana Majumadara and was later to become Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, was at the time a boy engaged in study. He came to see Haridas Thakur daily. Right.
So now Haridas Thakur is a small boy. His father and uncle are there. They are big zamindars, and they had their priest Balaram Acharya and Yadunanda Acharya in the Adi Saptagrama area. And now Haridas Thakur is there. And this boy, small boy, Raghunath Das Goswami, regularly was associating with Haridas Thakur. That was the situation.
Next 170.
Yeah.
Haridas Kripa Kare Tanhare Upara Sei Kripa Karana Haila Chaitanya Pai Bare. Naturally, Haridas Thakur was merciful towards him, and because of the merciful benediction of these Vaishnavas, He later attained the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet.
So because of he had see now Raghunath Das Goswami gets the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy little away, little after few more years. But because now he was associating with Haridas Thakur, by that thing he was able to get the Mahaprabhu's mercy later. Sumati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandot
Hare
Pranams.
Krishna, Dandavats.
ताहाय चे हैला हरिदासेरा महिमा कथना व्याख्यान अद्भुत कथा शुना भक्त व्याख्यान अद्भुत कथा शुना भक्त गणा. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. At the residence of Hiranya and Govardhana, discourses took place by which Haridasa Thakura was glorified. Oh devotees, please listen to that wonderful story. Hare
So
Krishna.
Haridas Thakur naturally and automatically, because of his situation, because of his purity and because of his bhakti and because of his sincerity, wherever he goes, after some time, automatically everybody would know his glories. So what happens once he was in this Abdi Saptagrama area, and once in the house of Hiranya and Govardhana, glorification of Hiranya Haridas Thakur happens. Yes, Mata, next one.
Hare Krishna. एक दिन बलरामा मिनति करिया मजुमादारे रस सभाया आइला ठाकुरे लाया. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One day Balarama Acharya requested Haridasa Thakura with great humility to come to the assembly of the Majumadaras, Hiranya and Govardhana. Thus Balarama Acharya went there with Haridas Thakura.
So one day they went to their house, Majumdar's house. Next Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thakura देखी दुई भाई कैला अभ्युत्थाना पाया पड़ी आसना दिला करिया सम्माना. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Seeing Haridasa Thakura, the two brothers immediately stood up and fell at his lotus feet. Then with great respect they offered him a place to sit. Hare
This
Krishna.
is how Vaishnava should be respected. And Ramchandra Khan did completely against all this and he fell down. And here what happens is Bajumdas, they greatly respect Haridas Thakur. That is how we are supposed to do. Offer a place to sit. Next one, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. अनेक पंडित सभाया ब्राह्मण सज्जना दुई भाई महापंडिता हिरण्य गोवर्धना. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In that assembly were many learned scholars, brahmanas and respectable gentlemen. The two brothers Hiranya and Govardhana were also greatly learned.
They were also greatly learned. So in that assembly, Haridas Thakur is also sitting. Next Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
हरिदासे रघुन सबे कहे पंचमुखे सुनियाता दुई भाई पाइला बड़ा सुखे. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Everyone there began to speak of Haridasa Thakura's great qualities as if they had 5 mouths. Hearing this, both brothers were extremely happy.
So everybody got a chance to glorify Haridas Thakur, and everybody was heartily glorifying Haridas Thakur. And these brothers, Majumdar brothers, were very happy to hear. They were not envious. They were very happy to hear. Who wants to read next 5? Those who have not read yet.
I read Mataji.
Yes. I can't
Right.
see.
Scroll.
Yes. I'll do that. 1 second. Yeah, you can't see. Yeah.
3.176. Tina Lakshanama Takura Karena Krikitana Namera Mahima Utaila Pandita Gana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. It was mentioned in the assembly that Haridas Thakura chanted the holy names of Krishna 3,000 times a day. Thus all the learned...
It is not 3,000, 300,000.
Sorry, 3 lakhs.
Yeah.
Sorry. 3 lakhs time a day. 3 lakhs, 3,000 I told. Sorry.
No
Thus
problem.
all the learned scholars began to discuss the glories of the holy name.
So
I thought
when
my
Haridas Thakur it was mentioned that he was chanting 3 lakhs names, that is 192 rounds every single day. And at that moment, that discussion came, and everybody started to discuss the glories of the holy name. Now we will get to hear the glories of the holy. Next, Mataji.
next one also I read.
Yes. Next,
Okay.
totally 5
Okay.
you will read. 1 you
Ah,
finish. Now I ask
okay, okay, Mataji. के बाले नाम हैताहाय पापाक्षाय के बाले नाम हैते जीवेर मोक्षाय. Translation: Some of them said, by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one is freed from the reactions of all sinful life. Purport: Others said, simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, a living being is liberated from material bondage.
So everybody started talking about the glories of the holy name. So what are the points they discussed? Some said that whatever sin is there, it will just go away. Another person will say that this material life is very much attached. It's a very bondage, life of bondage. So you'll be liberated from material bondage. Like that, different aspects of the holy name, everybody started to tell. Yes, Mataji, next one.
178. हरिदास कहे ना मेरा ये दुई पालनाया ना मेरा पाले कृष्ण पदे प्रेम उपजाया. Translation: Haridasa Thakura protested these two benedictions are not the true result of the chanting the holy name. Actually, by chanting the holy name without offenses, one occurs is ecstatic love for the lotus feet of Krishna.
So the essence of chanting the holy names is awakening Krishna Prema in the core of our heart. Awakening Krishna Prema is the reason why we chant. And what are the what you say side effects, or what are the side benefits we get? One gets free from sinful life, or one gets free from the bondage of this material life. These are all byproducts. But the essentially why a person chants the holy names to get Krishna Prema. That's what Haridas Thakur says. No, the other two are not the main reasons. Main reason is to get Krishna Prema, he says, Haridas Thakur. Next one.
3.179.
Yeah.
एवं मृतस्व प्रियनामकीर्त्या जातानुरागो धूर्तचित्त उच्चेय असति हतो रोति गायति उन्मातवान् रियाति लोकबाह्यः. Translation: When a person is actually advanced and takes pleasure in chanting the holy name of the Lord, who is very dear to him, he is agitated and loudly chants the holy name. He also laughs, cries, becomes agitated, and chants just like a madman, not caring for outsiders. Purport: For an explanation of this verse, Bhagavatam 11.2.40, one may consult chapter 7, text 94 of the Adi Lila.
So the point is, this verse is from the 11th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So where it is quoted, that explanation is in the Adi Lila. It says you can see when you get little time. But what the point is, one who chants the holy name with deep sincerity and with the desire to awaken the Krishna Prema in the core of his heart, he gets into a transcendental position where he laughs, cries, becomes agitated, chants just like a madman. So they are all Ashtasattvika the expressions which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited when he was chanting the holy name. We cannot imitate. Only when it is natural we have to come, it should come. If we imitate, then we'll fall down. Because whatever conditioning is there, in that conditioning, all the symptoms will not appear. Only when we get purified, these symptoms will appear. But this is the ideal, how exactly it happens when a pure devotee chants the holy names of the Lord. That has been told in the Bhagavatam, and it has been explained also in the Adilil. Yes, Mataji, last one for you. Yes.
3.180. आनुषंगिक पालन मेरा मुक्ति पापनासा ताहारा तृष्टांता तृष्टांता यैची सूर्येरा प्रकाशा. Translation: liberation and extinction of the reactions of sinful life are two concomitant byproducts of chanting the holy name of the Lord. An example is found in the gleams of morning sunlight. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mother.
So when morning sun rises, what happens? That is explained further. But so here what it is told is this liberation. That is liberation from material bondage as well as the removal of one's sins is just the byproducts of chanting the holy names. The real essence is to obtain Krishna Prema. That has been explained by example of morning sunlight. Who wants to read now next? I think that will be the last five. Who wants to read? Nobody wants to. I'll read one. Let's see if anybody raised their hands. Amaha samharad akhilam sakrat udayad eva sakala lokasya taranir iva tumira jaladhim jayati jagan mangalam harer nama. As the rising sun immediately dissipates all the world's darkness, which is deep like an ocean, so the holy name of the Lord, if chanted once without offenses, dissipates all the reactions of a living being's sinful life. All glory is to that holy name of the Lord, which is auspicious in the entire world. That is what happens is when sun rises, then there is no question of darkness. When there is sun, there is no darkness. We cannot say the sun is also the darkness. That can never happen. Similarly, one who chants with complete consciousness, immediately what happens is all that offenses are just removed, and what all glories of whole chanted once without dissipates all reactions of one's sinful life. That is reactions of sinful life and detachment. That's no attachment for material bond automatically happens. That is what. And for Krishna Pripa, we have to little work, but otherwise these two are just like byproducts. That is what is told here. Yes, sir. I think someone else had raised. Okay, Krishnamurti Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. यही श्लोकेरा अर्थकारा पंडितेरा गाना साबे काहे तुम्ही कहा अर्थ विवरण. Translation by Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada says, after receiving this verse, Haridasa Thakur said, O learned scholars, please explain the meaning of this verse. Purport. But the audience requested Haridasa Thakur, it is better for you to explain the meaning of this important verse.
Everybody audience were very much learned, so he quotes a shloka telling that actually this is the actual glory of the holy name. At that time, the other scholars say that please you only explain it further about the holy name. Prabhuji, next one.
Haridasa kahena yeyiche suryera udayana haite arambe tomera hayakshaya. Translation. Haridasa Thakur said, as the sun begins to rise, even before it is visible, it dissipates the darkness of night.
Which is very true. Every day morning when the sun rises, whenever we find that there is light, the sun has fully not come out. Before even coming up, just that is about to rise only, the darkness goes off. So that is like the holy name, that when we are just chanting also the glories, it is so high that sinful reactions and detachment or being attached to material bodies, everything starts going automatically. Just when we are thinking of sincerely chanting and we have just begun, only after regular, so sun does not have to come up fully. Just when it is about to rise, the darkness is dissipated. That is what Haridas Thakur is saying, is explaining. Yes, Prabhuji.
Chaura preta rakshasa dhira bhaya ayanasa udaya haile dharma karma adi parakasha. Translation by Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada is, with the first glimpse of sunlight, fear of thieves, ghosts and demons immediately disappears. And when the sun is actually visible, everything is manifest. And everyone begins performing his religious activities and regulative duties.
What happened? Just even before the sun is risen, darkness goes off. And when it is fully visible, everybody starts performing their regular duties when the sun comes up. That is fully light. So he gives this example and he says how it is connected with the chanting of the holy name. Next one, Prabhuji.
Ayi Aite Namadaya Rambe Papa Adhirakshaya Udaya Kaila Krishna Pade Aya Premodaya. Translation by K.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada Giri. Similarly, the first hint that offenseless chanting of the Lord's holy name has awakened dissipates the reactions of sinful life immediately. And when one chants the holy name offenselessly, one awakens to service in ecstatic love at the lotus feet of Krishna.
So previously what the scholars had told, it is some told that for removing the sinful reaction, some told that for removing the bondage of material attachments. So Haridas Thakur says that like a sun, even before rising, the darkness is dissipated. Similarly, even before chanting properly, all these are automatically gone. These are all the byproducts. We don't have to chant the holy names to remove the sinful reactions. But when one chants the holy name offenselessly, one awakens to service in ecstatic love at the lotus feet of Krishna. This is the real purpose of chanting, and this should be the goal, and this is the result also of chanting offenselessly the holy names of the Supreme Lord. Prabhuji, you only continue, finish reading. Read, Prabhuji.
Mukti tucha palahaya namambhasa haite. Translation: Liberation is the insignificant result derived from a glimpse of the awakening of offenseless chanting of the holy name.
So this is just a byproduct. It is not the main purpose. Next one.
Mriya Manoharir Nama Pranam Putra
Putropacharitam.
Putropacharitam Ajamilopai Agadhama Kim Utsa Sri Shraddhaya Gran. While dying, Ajamila chanted the holy name of the Lord, intending to call his son Narayana. Nevertheless, he attained the spiritual world. What then to speak of those who chant the holy name with faith and reverence? Hare Krishna Mataji.
So beautiful example of Ajamila is come that Ajamila is called out for his son and the Vishnu Dutas appeared. Then what will be the result of a person who is consciously chanting the holy names of the Lord? Yes, Prabhuji.
ये 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 मुक्ति भक्त नालाया ते कृष्णा चाये दीते. Translation: Liberation, which is unacceptable for a pure devotee, is always offered by Krishna without difficulty.
The liberation means devotee does not want liberation. Devotee wants always devotional service at the lotus feet of Krishna. So pure devotees don't want that I want to just get liberated. No, I want service. I want always be in association. I want to have a loving relationship with Krishna. This is the goal of a pure devotee. But if that is so, that is very cheap, very easy for Krishna to offer. Only Krishna prema is difficult to give. But liberation, if somebody wants and say and they chant, then they'll easily get it. That's what here Krishna Kaviraj Goswami is telling. Yes, Prabhuji. This big one is small. Okay, yes.
सालोक्य सृष्टि स्वरूपाय
No, no. Salokya, Sashti, Sarupya,
सालोक्य साष्टि स्वारूप्य
Sarupya,
सामीप्य
Samit,
कामित्य कत्वम अपि उत दिया
Diyamanam na grahanti.
दियामानं न ग्रहन्ति वीणा मत् सेवनम जनः. Translation: My devotees do not accept Salokya, Sashti, Swarupya, Samipya, or oneness with me, even if I offer these liberations in preference to serve me.
So, see, just now what was told that my Lord Krishna, liberation easily he gives, but the pure devotees do not want. What are the different kinds of liberation? Shashti, Salokya. Salokya is the same place, that is Vaikunta. If Lord is living in Vaikunta planets, the devotee will also get same loka, Salokya, the same loka as the Lord. That is Salokya. Then Sashti is the same opulence as the Lord. And Sarupya is the same form as the Lord. Samipya is the same closest as the Lord. Closer or oneness, closest. Samipa is more closer. And oneness with the Lord means being one with the Lord. So these are the different 5 kinds of liberations that are available. So devotees do not want this in preference to serving me. They want always to serve the Supreme Lord. They don't want to get any of these liberations and be happy for themselves. If they're living in Vaikuntha, they are very happy. If they are always serving the Supreme Lord, staying very closely associated with Him, they are very happy. If they get all the opulences of the Lord, they are very happy. So if they get merged with the Lord, they are also very happy. So all this is there, but devotees just want to always serve Krishna. So that is the goal of the devotees. So with that, we stop here. Thank you very much. Grantra Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Ancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhayavacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo. Ananta koti Vaishnavavrinda ki jai,
Ananta
Srila
Koti
Prabhupada ki
Vaishnava
jai.
ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.